And now,
breaking news.
Ahoy, the news.
News
from the Weird
Wire.
News from the Weird Wire this morning. While it may be impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage, one can still lead police on a chase. Such the situation facing the Parma Heights Police Department in Ohio. Called to wrangle an inflatable pumpkin Halloween decoration that was just blown around unimpeded throughout the neighborhood. PD writes in a Facebook post, the pumpkin was quickly detained and returned to its owner without incident. Officers can confirm that Cinderella's carriage did in fact turn back into a pumpkin just after midnight in Parma Heights. The department also shared video from an officer's body camera showing them trying to wrangle the inflatable. You know who hates giant inflatable yard decorations? Your neighbors. Quit doing that. Especially when they're just blowing around the neighborhood. While every family has their own unique lore, this woman's story comes with an extra pinch of magic. Sarah Sauce, as she goes by, tells People magazine that she inherited recipe books from her chef grandfather, Konstantin Gus Stamatin. I don't know who Gus is. Got these recipe books from his days cooking at the Robert Meyer Hotel in Orlando, Florida, where he met Walt Disney. Fittingly, Gus would go on to work at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. Started working there in the early 90s, became the mainstay there at Disney, helped develop a lot of the recipes, Sarah says. Upon receiving the recipe books, Sarah is taken to TikTok, of course, to share her grandfather's culinary creations. Came across this packet of recipes that I'd never seen before. It was always legends within the family of his crab soup and all of these things that he developed for all these restaurants, but never really got involved that deep of a level. So getting to see it and put my hands on it, and then ironically that they were all sauces, she continues. Somehow, in this new chapter of my life, calling myself Sarah Sauce just felt funny and ironic to me. No word on if there's a recipe in there for Mickey Mouse. Boy, our writers try too hard at times. How do you have an entire recipe collection of sauces? And how do you call yourself Sarah Sauce? Same way that you spend days on TikTok, right? Final story today, these onions might have exploded with something other than flavor. According to CBS News, a delivery on its way from France to the Dutch province of Zeeland was found to contain 2 hand grenades within the bundle of onions. The projectiles were identified to be consistent with pre-1925 French and German manufactured old chemical weapons, says the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, which investigated the find. The grenades are said to be destroyed at a facility in Belgium. Why would you try to hide 2 hand grenades in a box of onions? $1925 German Army World War artifacts you're trying to sell? Along with some onions? Is what it is. That, my friends, is news from the Weird Wire.